this was interesting that the offseason acquisitions for the Patriots, Stephon Gilmore, the corner, and Brandon Cooks were really, really good on Sunday. Gilmore made that the last play of the defensive play of the game for New England, which was incredibly athletic. It just doesn't look like what most human beings can do, and Brandon Cooks had a very, very good game. But one of the things I've talked about that I really like people who adapt to stuff. And the way the world works now, early adapters win. You can't be stubborn. You can't be rigid. The Bobby Knight school of coaching, it's over. The world's changing too fast. Calipari came in and braced one and done, and it boom. And then Duke's like, okay, Calipari's beating us. Let's change our pitch to be more global. And now he's beating Coach K. You got to adapt. Look at the players. Does anybody else notice this? Look at the players that were big for the New England Patriots Sunday. Okay, Brandon Cooks, Dion Lewis, Burkhead, Gilmore, Kyle Van Noy, Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan, James Harrison. Okay, these are veterans. Tom Brady, obviously. These are old players. Belichick did something 2 years ago. Now, for the longest time, Belichick was all about accumulating draft picks, value. He was always seeking value. Give me another pick and another pick. Give me a cheaper player. And then Belichick 2 years ago was like, yeah, screw that. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to give up draft picks. And the roster got really old. Now, why would that be? Because, again, Belichick is ahead of the curve. And it's remarkable to me how more people don't copy him. Belichick has started abandoning draft picks. Why is he doing that? Because the new collective bargaining agreement equals less practice time. Less practice time means more mistakes. Younger players with less practice time, even more mistakes. So New England decided 2 years ago, less practice time. Tom Brady's 40 years old. He didn't have time to develop relationships 2 to 3 years. I want a veteran team that Tom Brady, I can bring him into New England. We're not about draft picks anymore. This is what I love about Belichick. He had an incredible style, and he just said, nope, we're shifting gears. Well, we're not going to do it that way. Why? It's the same thing New England does with a new catch rule. Pittsburgh whines about it. New England manipulates it and tells its receivers, don't lunge for extra yards unless it's fourth down. That he literally was a value drafter. Give me more picks, more picks, more picks. And finally, I got this really smart quarterback. He's getting older. We have a new CBA with less practice time. We're going to give up picks. I think New England only had 4 picks last year. I love people that adapt. They're not rigid and stubborn. And, nothing against Mike Ditka, but like Mike Ditka had a way to do things, and he wasn't moving off it. Bobby Knight had a way to do things. I'm not moving off it. Well, how does the end of their career go? You got to be willing to adapt. And old, almost 70-year-old Nick Saban and 70-year-old Bill Belichick, they've got the mind of a millennial. What works now with the workforce? It's not draft picks. It's players that don't need as much practice time to memorize the playbook. Christine with the news.
No.
Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
There's reports from a lot of NFL executives that Josh Allen could go number 1 to the Browns. And Josh Allen was asked about all of this, and his response was very mature.
If I'm fortunate enough to become a Cleveland Brown, you can expect everything from me. I'm going to give everything because I want to be the guy that, turns around the Cleveland Browns. And, I kind of jokingly say it, like the guy who's able to do that's going to be immortalized in Cleveland forever. To think about that and trying to put yourself in that situation and in those shoes, you got to love that as a quarterback. You got to love that as a football player and a competitor, because this is something that really can be set in stone forever. If you're the guy that's able to, help turn this Cleveland Browns thing around. I know they got the youngest team in the NFL. They got the most cap space, the most high draft picks, brand new GM who's done a lot of good things in his past.
That's a great answer, and you do have to be really mature if you're going to be the quarterback of the Browns.
I'll tell you this. Of all the – listen, I think he's the third best quarterback in this class, but I will say this. I said this to you the other day. If they draft Josh Allen and it doesn't work, I won't criticize him, because 2 things this kid has that you have to have in a cold weather climate. First of all, he's big as a house. You can't be like little Cody Kessler and little Colt McCoy and little Johnny Manziel. He's all a 6'5", 240. He's a big kid. So he can handle that weather in Pittsburgh, weather in Cleveland. Second thing is he played in Wyoming. Like, again, the elements. If you draft Josh Allen, he wouldn't be who I would pick. I would pick Sam Darnold at USC. But I'm not going to rip you if you test him. And when you listen to him talk, he's a quick talker. If you can talk that quick, that means you can think that quick. So he's a pretty quick talker. He's a big, strong kid that played in Wyoming. This, by the way, where did Flacco play? Delaware. Where did Big Ben play? Miami of Ohio. Cold weather, big players. So this is interesting to me.
So if he goes to the Browns, it sounds like his offensive coordinator is going to be Todd Haley. The Browns have reportedly hired him as their offensive coordinator.
Intense Todd Haley. Hey, yeah, I mean, you just have to figure out if this kid can handle a really loud, confrontational guy. Some guys can, some guys can't.
So is this the direction they want to go?
You know what? Todd Haley and Josh Allen, I would say this. They're better than what they have now at that spot. So, by the way, now Hugh Jackson can coach and not have to worry about plays.
But is better just a little better? Or do you take the opportunity to just make it completely better? Do a lot of better things?
I think you're not going to go from Cleveland last year to the Super Bowl. I think just go in the right direction. And I think, I'll say this, I think Todd Haley and Josh Allen would make them better than what they currently have. And for Cleveland, that's all you can ask for.
And finally, it's time for The Real Deal, brought to you by Carl's Jr. and Hardee's $5 All-Star Meals. And today it is Derek Carr. He is excited about Jon Gruden being his new coach with the Raiders, and he said that he hopes that Gruden is actually really hard on him.
Yeah, I hope he's really hard on him, and I think that he will be. We've had great conversations. I know that he loves me. He tells me multiple times when I talk to him, that he loves me. He knows that I love him, but he knows that I love winning, and I know that he loves winning. I don't think that this is going to be a problem at all. And no, it's not going to be a problem at all. We're going to have a great relationship. We're going to be hard on one another, pushing each other to be better, and that's how it should be. And I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm excited.
I'm so excited to watch Carr and Gruden work. I really am, because I think Derek Carr's the closest thing in the league right now to that Elite Seven that's not there.
Right.
He's just, I need to see how it works. I think Derek Carr is the closest thing in the NFL talent-wise to Aaron Rodgers. Feet, arm, brain. This is one of those stories next year. I cannot wait to watch Gruden and Carr. Cannot wait to watch this.
I get that. I am too.
Yeah.
That's news.
Christine, the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
I got to tell you, I'm going to play the bite again from John Calipari. I think it's a big story. John Calipari didn't even take a thinly veiled shot at Duke when they landed the best basketball player in the country. Duke is now, they landed the top three, has stolen all the recruiting momentum from Kentucky. Kentucky had it for years. Calipari's in his 9th year. They lost this weekend at home. They're not very good. They're a borderline tournament team, and Duke is rated 4th. They've taken away all their recruiting luster. Duke is good enough to win the championship. They have to be. I would favor Duke in the national championship. They have the best pure freshmen. They've got one of the better perimeter players, and I think they have the best overall coach. And so after losing this weekend and after losing the top recruit, Calipari came out and said this.
I don't sell like when you come here, the university and the state will take care of you the rest of your life. You may buy that, and I got some great property and some swampland down in Florida to sell you too.
Calling Coach K out.
Every one of us in this country is based on you got to take care of yourself. You prepare yourself, and then when you make it, you make sure you're helping. And along the way, you're bringing other people with you. And that's what we're trying to do. Just give these guys the best opportunity. We're not trying to say this university or state will take care of you the rest of your life.
Wow.
There's no socialism here. This stuff is you got to go do it, and we're going to help you do it. Some like that, some don't like it.
I don't see Duke as socialism. The guy that wrote the Calipari book, Aaron Torres, joins us in studio next. I can't believe he went there. Next. Here's a question for you. Last time you said, I love my underwear. Probably never. Well, when you switch to Tommy John like I did, you're going to say it regularly. I think I said it last night. As I was going to bed, I think I said to myself, I love my underwear. I wear their T-shirts to bed.
You said it to yourself.
Yeah, to myself. Wow. I was nonverbal. I went Kawhi Leonard. My wife actually wears it and loves it. They don't have women's underwear, but they have men's underwear that women like to wear. Tommy John.
We're getting personal now, Colin.
I know, it's just incredibly comfortable. It doesn't shrink. It doesn't bunch up. You can wash it up. I still have the first packet of Tommy John stuff they mailed me 3 years ago. I still have it. You never have to throw it out. I'm wearing it now. I have a Tommy John t-shirt on right now in the underwear. Backed by their best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee. All you have to do, go to TommyJohn.com right now, and the promo code's HERD, H-E-R-D. TommyJohn.com, promo code HERD, TommyJohn.com.